Kidnapped Santa by Analynn Riley. Chapter 3. Clues. Grandpa was out of his chair in a split second. He ran to the front door and we could hear him saying, "It's okay, Yuki. Relax, boy." Yuki stopped barking. I could hear the front door opening, then Grandpa talking to some man, and then the door closing again. Soon Grandpa was back at the dinner table. "It was Ken. He's grading the roads. He also gave me these for the kids." Grandpa handed each of us a balloon. "Ken said town council was given these to pass on to all children in the area, with the toy situation as it is." Grandpa sat down. "You kids can wait until after we eat to blow these up." Dinner was fun. Grandma had bought these cracker things that make a bang when you pull them apart, and funny little gifts and messages and paper hats fall out. I'm sure glad the thief didn't take these too. After dinner, we all helped clear the table, and then Liam and I began blowing up our balloons. The girls had to have their balloons blown up by Dad because they didn't have enough air. Girls! Each balloon was a different color, and thick too. We could bounce and toss our balloons around. They were huge, almost the size of a beach ball. While we were playing, Liam said he thought he heard something inside his balloon. We all listened and thought we heard something too. "Let's pop the balloon and see what's inside," he said. "Great idea," I said. "Lauren, give me yours." "Pop your own," she shouted back. Liam looked at his sister. "Let's see what's inside yours, Makenna." "No way," she yelled. Now what? We were sure we heard something rattling about inside, but we were having fun with these balloons. No way were we going to give up our balloon for popping. The girls had yelled so loudly that Uncle came over to see what was going on. "Is there a problem here?" he asked. "There's something inside these balloons, but we can't find out what it is unless we pop one open. So how can we find out what's inside?" Liam asked his dad. "May I have your balloon, son? Are you going to pop it?" Liam was a little worried. "No, I think I know how we can see inside without breaking it." Liam gave Uncle his balloon, and Uncle held the balloon up to a bright light. Sure enough, we could all see a piece of paper inside the balloon. "You're right," Liam smiled. "There is something inside." "Check mine." Lauren gave Uncle her balloon. Uncle held Lauren's balloon up to the light, and sure enough, there was a piece of paper in hers as well. We all checked our balloons, and we all had a piece of paper inside. "Now what?" I asked. "Well, if you want to find out what's on the paper, we'll have to pop the balloons," Uncle said. We looked at one another before Lauren cried out, "That's no fair. We don't want to pop the balloons." "But what if it's a secret message?" asked Makenna. "Secret message?" Liam wondered. "Yeah, sometimes there's a secret message inside balloons. I got one in my birthday balloon," Makenna explained. I had to admit that this was all very exciting. "Couldn't you just untie the balloon, Uncle? We could blow it up again after we get the paper out." "I could try, but the balloons may not blow up again," Uncle warned. "Who's first?" We all hung on to our balloons for what seemed like forever. Finally, I figured that since I was the oldest, I would give up my balloon because 10-year-olds don't play with balloons all that much. "Here, try mine," I said, giving my balloon to Uncle. Liam, Makenna, and Lauren stared at me. "What if it wrecks?" Makenna asked. "Maybe one of you could share your balloon with them," Uncle responded. No one said anything. "It doesn't matter. I can play with something else. Besides, balloons are for babies." Again, no one said anything. Uncle took my balloon and slowly began opening the end. It was tied tightly. He had to call Auntie over to see if she could loosen one of the knots. She worked and worked on that knot. We all waited for what seemed like forever until the air began hissing out. Uncle let go, and the balloon skyrocketed into the air. It zoomed around and around, flying up to the ceiling, over the loft, back down again, almost crashing into the ceiling fan before it snorted and grunted, landing in front of the fireplace. Everyone was laughing. I jumped up and grabbed it. "It's not broken," I was happy to report, checking it over carefully. I tried opening the end so I could get the piece of paper out. It wasn't easy, since the paper had sharp corners and I was afraid to put a hole in the balloon. "You're getting it!" Liam roared excitedly. Sure enough, a little black piece of paper, tightly folded up, was in my fingertips. Now all I had to do was pull it out. I tugged gently. I pulled a little harder. I slid it up the long balloon neck, and that's when I saw that it was folded over and over again into a tight little square. I almost had it to the end. The balloon was stretched ever so tightly. I was being as careful as I could be. Everyone was watching me. Everyone was holding his and her breath. "I got it!" Everybody let out a cheer as the little square paper came out. It was small and thick with printing on it. Whatever could it say? I was very careful unfolding it, for I didn't want it to rip or tear. It didn't seem old. It felt like new paper, stiff and crinkled. I kept unfolding. By now, Mom and Dad and Grandma and Grandpa were watching me. I was nervous. Could it really be a secret message? "What does it say, Luke?" Mom asked. I began reading the message. It said, "Clue number 2. To read all the clues, pop all the balloons. Trying to save them by letting the air out won't help. These balloons can't be blown up again." Hey, the message says the balloons can't be blown up again. Is that true? I was angry to find this out after I'd worked so hard in getting the message out without damaging my balloon. Dad took my balloon and began blowing. He blew and blew and blew, but the clue was right. It wouldn't hold air. The balloon kept on collapsing. Everyone felt horrible. We kids were angry. Who would give kids balloons and then make them pop them? Whoever it was must be awfully cruel. "Is there more to read? What else does it say?" Lauren asked anxiously.